If you could please in the type pad that you can hear me, that would be excellent. Thank you. So last week, I talked with our the same kind of house rules, which are, if you call microphone mute, but if you please the microphone mute when you're not speaking is simply so that recording does conversations you might be having with friends or sitting around you. As I'm really enjoying going through these webinars with you and sharing experiences. And I remember that and more we totally revolutionize your learning. A half-day consultative session, we can help you develop your. Any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. We're going to be looking at deadly sin number 4, the learning pyramid, again, because I think it's very relevant to the topic today. Okay. Now is to take you through our process of setting clear outcomes to the organisation, the needs of the organisation, because this is something that Pearlcatchers is about. Is engage with an organisation that what it is they need, so that we need and not, or is one of them around. And deadly sin number 4. Squeeze it all in. I mean, trying to think, oh my God. The brain's exploding with the amount of information he's trying to squeeze. And let's face it, these days, we have so much information. LinkedIn, webinar, news. It's bombarded, aren't we? Those of you who have studied NLP will know our plus or minus 2 pieces of information at any one time. Here and now, tell me your phone. I am able to give me your phone number. It's your mobile number. You'd probably chunk it down into blocks of numbers. Would I? And as I said, you would number down into manageable numbers.
Yeah, I can never remember the entire number in one go. I have to really think about it.
Absolutely. Number one ourselves, do we? So we don't remember it. Might be all ringing ourselves, yeah, on a slow day. Oh no, myself, which I'm mentally anyway. But break it down into manageable chunks. If I'm given my home number, I can manage the code fine, which is 5. But the 3's 2 lots. So it makes sense to you guys. Yeah?
Yeah.
And the sheer of information that we're expected to take in. Only human beings. We are not robots. This is in number 7. These are some of the things that we pulled out when we did our research. That's our point. Oh yeah, got a brilliant example for you. I was working with another training company that I'm heavily involved with. Monday skills update day. Here will be familiar with these days. And asked to do a presentation, a workshop on marketing because, hey, he's a marketer. No. Okay. If I put my slides together, can I send them to you and you just cast your eye over them? Got the message and grab. Yeah, no problem. 3 for the event. Anyway, time. Hi. Still waiting. Well, I was still waiting, so I phoned up and said, "Where are they? It's tomorrow." He said, "Honest, I'm just putting some finishes to him." I said, "Okay." He said, "I'm not enough, but I'll send you what I've got." I went, "Perfect. Send them ASAP." Just anyway. 8 before the big event, ping in his to leave actually. Oh, the fight, it's great. Anyway, okay. Got the corner to see how many slides. It says 112 slides. For presentation. From, you know, and I'm really good. Love myself. I'm being careful not to use names here. I've just put some more together. I'll send them through. No. Do you know, I cannot. I could totally. Who's moving this? I said tomorrow. Don't worry. I'll put them on a paper so I've got a backup up and go up to the next day. Owner of the company in question said, "Oh, you know, did you get?" Yes, I said. I just am in receipt of now 25 slides, and he looked at the profile on not. Okay. Come to our friend to do it. Everything was up. Well, he lit in the audience. So many, he couldn't actually remember what it was he put on the slide. And a friend of mine, and you could see the energy in the room rapidly. So I in, and I shot round the corner. Yeah, it could have. And my friend, I said, he's dying in there. Okay, what do you want to do? I said, call an early coffee break, and we'll finally. So I did. We interrupted it and said, right, we've just got a few technical issues. We're going to have it now, very shortly. Well, we took it with what? And I went, yes, you can. So a bit of NLP, a bit of coaching. They do it without, or well, yeah, you could see them to the chair. I think, oh God, yeah. Anyway, you start. Yeah, and because what we do, he possibly wasn't so aware of himself, speaking from his own knowledge, from his own heart. He replied, never mind 300 mil. Came on a potential wood train wreck. Was rest. I'm just curious, have you, it was death by PowerPoint?
Hi, Karen here. Hi, the course, I remember rightly, was sort of sales techniques, and the guy running it was obviously an expert, obviously knew exactly what he was talking about. It's almost like he didn't have the courage to rely on that. And he put together a great presentation. And in, sort of in the beginning, it was fine, and we were quite happy going through the slides. But then you sort of said about the energy dropping. He had no notion at all, though, that the levels had dropped so much, and people were on their phones. I was on people texting, and he'd completely lost them. Sort of a waste of money for the people that have actually sort of paid to go on the course, because actually getting something out of it, because they've already now lost interest. But also from his point of view, on the feedback forms, I'm sure it couldn't have been. He must have stood there and thought, well, that was brilliant. I don't know why everyone called me swell, but it was just slide after slide. Pretty sure that he could have just given us his knowledge, from art. And actually, what I think it was missing was that person, that eye contact. If you're so busy concentrating on what's coming next and looking at the screen, you miss the opportunity to actually interact with people on that one basis during the program, during the course.
Absolutely true. A friend on the one side of the room. If I'm obviously not here because I'm looking at the screen, but the view is to add, in, but the should be on he, the trainer, because he is the one imparting his information and the interaction with the audience, with your audience. Yeah. That, if I think more have picked a host of words.
By the way.
Yes, it has. Hi.
Hey! Just before, I had some problems on Wednesday night, but the couple of presentations that I've attended where the presenter has had, like we were talking about earlier on, lots and lots of slides. Put everything they want to say on the slides, and they're just from them.
I just used the point I was next going to make. Thank you.
I'm so insightful sometimes.
Oh, you get inside my brain too often, my dear. It shows we're all on the same wavelength. That is true. They literally do just read off it. And I remember back in my last employment planners got to the point of being asked to do a presentation. Of course, they were really nervous. You know, parking is bad enough. But now I've got to put together and stuff. And I found out I at that time because I learned to speak in public. They said, "Can we do a practice?" So I and everything and look it out. Of course I can. And I grabbed one because I didn't want to invest more. Speak, I didn't understand anyway. If it wasn't to do transport, don't ask me. Typically, anyone new starting, yes, they are standing there looking at the screen. Me to the point you need to look back at the screen just to remember, but then to be able to look around the room at whoever was sitting around the table. And I used to make people sit over at odd point. They got practiced in looking at them and including everyone. And that's the point I made. If you're not including them. Personal bugbears, and I've suffered this quite often. Two. Say, for example, you've gone in there, you've gone on a course to learn something like, let's see. Now, I had one earlier, and it's gone completely out of my head. How's that?
Mark, I find of courses where you sort of have it's picked one little, but they into all of the ins and outs and sort of real details, and you just think actually I'm not quite there yet. Just need to stop it there. And,
Well, and it was I had in mind earlier because I'm course can understand it.
Yeah.
And within it was an online one, and I thought I haven't a clue what you're talking about.
They've lost us.
I'd closed down webinar and I thought, I can't. And I'm keeping up to date with it. Back in the days when I was learning training, when it's to do with oddly it's not. Did lots of stats from different government websites, this, that, and the other. The night before to have the most current data on her, because to me giving you out-of-date information. Yet I have seen people produce slides I'll look anymore. No, I find out where you can go to get specific help. Information that you're being is we absolutely have to keep up to date. Sharing the blogs and the webinars isn't what I'm, but it didn't re-googling, researching just to make sure that I but yes, think sometimes in, garbage out. Throw just for like it. No. Is it relevant? No. It's in time. Go and learn a new subject. Just time in the future, but you're not quite sure. It might, year, 5 years, want to do something just in case you might need it at some point in the future. Get by the if you ever do, surely it's better to go and it at the need it, because that recent information, the recent methods, any observations? No? The issue of PowerPoint. I'm going to give you an example of the presentations I saw. Now, show my teas, where PowerPoint still, a lot of people still use the acetates and the overhead projectors. Oh, mine. It was a British Oxygen Company. And one came to me and he said, I've been asked to do some present local schools, trying science and, gases. That sounds a good idea. Can I, he said, can I share? And I looked at him and went, yeah, right. I'm not a scientific person, I don't understand a word of it. I have annual reports and stuff. I want you, Pat. It'll be your kids I'm going to be presenting to. But I'm not a compliment or not. But anyway, I said, okay, fine, because I liked him. Anyway, I sat down presentation. And he said, really good. Yep, really good. That. Pat, he said, I want in. I'm not, can you imagine a presentation on a gas processing plant from different areas that VOC supplied. His slide, he had the parts, he had colours, different in the different gases, the argon, the oxygen, the nitrogen. It's swatch the beginning to end from the plant prophet gas cylinders. I said, I've just brought it alive to me. Suddenly, all my years with you, I understand. And I said, it's very clever of them to do it. Power included diagrams, if you like. Getting look at the learning pyramid here. It is so relevant. It's talking at people. Absolutely. Here, you can chat. You'd maybe about 5%, okay? Of you could remember 10%. And had slight 20%. 30% as it gives that VOC. But if you participate, just goes up by 50%. I know what they've learned. All is either into the workplace or somewhere else they have learned 20%. Now, to me, what do you think of those figures?
Yeah, it just practice it in the real world, back in the workplace. Knowing how to use it in that way as well, because you can go to as many sort of courses as you like, and you sort of, if you're using it back in the workplace, sort of using it or having the opportunity to practice it straight away, then it gets forgotten. It's kind of like keeping on, practicing it, absolutely pass that knowledge on to other people, and then learn a lot more about it as well. I'm sure it opens your eyes to a lot more avenues than what you actually learned on the day in the classroom-based course, because it's something different to bring and to add to it, and you only learn that by sharing it with other people and discussing with people as well.
That's right. And they'll ask their own questions to find out more of what you thought, that maybe didn't you had, but think, oh yeah, if we do this, well, how about? And it is such a thing. Yeah. They trained me as an engineer. I was in my course, and give me the box. Show me how to do it. Let me watch. you. You watch me and just tell me if I'm going wrong. I learn quickly information. So literally, and it says, we attention span around about what classroom, whatever it is you're teaching, small components, 9 minutes each one to explain and demonstrate it. Then go and put it into practice. Try it out. Have discussions about it. Experience that before, or what they think happened. And again, lovely trainer, that's exactly what he does. 10 minutes, which is what I've just taught you. Bring us, have a discussion. And kicking off, how much retention of what you learned did you?
I think there's high retention when it's more and when you audio visuals. I think nothing wrong, as you said earlier, with PowerPoint presentations, but and then allowing that sort of element to practice. But again, it's keeping it like short and kind of impactful and whizzy and punchy. Yeah, absolutely.
Because learning makes fun makes learning much easier.
If you're having fun, you're learning more. You're quickly and for a lot longer.
Very true. I don't people do this more. Why about so many bad examples? People miss to do it. It just seems a bit strange to me.
The other options that are out there.
Which is, what are they? No. We're very fortunate. We all know a lot of trainers who help it, and there's more. That does have a place because for them the PowerPoint is the visual and in a lot of cases pictures, words, pictures. That's how I'm saying now. I'm sure you. Such a lovely pearl of less is more. It is. We want to explore, and we can do explore by having group discussions on it. Particularly if you're learning something quite complicated. I print did it because it's so technical the way it was being presented, but I time as much as I personally needed to practice with a technical subject more than others. So build in that time. It practice, but also pull it apart and do that. What if you try this, etc. So to do that, we need a wide variety of tools and activities. Like different tools. I think someone's going to say something there.
Yeah, it was actually 6 months long. The weeks was literally all of the theory, practical, and then 6 months was almost learning jobs. So you're always there, but you'd literally be working, you're pulling things apart, putting things back together. This was software development as well, so it was kind of neat that we were able to, like, before then at the end of the 6 months being told, yeah, okay, you're now qualified. So yeah.
Well, that's cool. So well done, and thank you for sharing that, Chaz. Subjects, isn't it? You need time to practice. So, no. I would, if you would leave feedback on at #Fusion Learning. We love. Now, blogs to expand on our learning. The next will be on Friday, the 22nd of November. That's next week. Number 6, all about Wizzy technology with 4 media. And treat in store for you on that one, because I was the lovely chat who
Lucky people.
very lucky, Chaz, and we do know that. Forward to that. And also that the published, they'll be by December. Start in your inboxes for those. And I have the first ones that came out. This. So has anyone got any questions, any comments or thoughts there?
Webinar again.
Thank you for participating.
Thank
you. Week. Same time next week.